I gave up everything for my dad. Then he replaced me. I gave up everything to save my father's legacy. Not just time or sleep, I mean everything: my car, my apartment, my dreams. At 25, I had a decent life, a steady job, a small car, an even smaller apartment, and quiet weekends. Nothing fancy, but mine until the call came. My father's voice on the line, shaky, exhausted. He told me the shop was going under. The family business he'd built for 30 years was weeks away from bankruptcy. The same place I'd grown up sweeping floors in. The same garage that paid for my school lunches and winter coats. He didn't ask for help, but he didn't have to. I packed everything in one night, quit my job, sold my car, I even broke my lease and moved back into my old bedroom, the one with posters still peeling from the walls. When I walked into that shop, it was worse than I imagined. Tools rusting, unpaid bills stacked like bricks, and the silence of a place that used to be alive with noise. Dad looked tired, not just from age, but from defeat. He'd stopped fighting, but I hadn't. I called every customer we'd ever had. I emailed suppliers, chased down leads, negotiated payments, did oil changes, and brake jobs myself. For months, I worked without a paycheck. There were nights I slept in the office chair, days I forgot to eat, but slowly it worked. Customers came back. We cleared debt, I found deals on parts, and got a bank loan approved. I even hired 2 part-time mechanics, and the best part, one thought: I had earned my dad's pride. Then Daniel returned. My cousin. He hadn't called in 3 years. Moved out to another state. When his parents divorced, said family drama wasn't his thing. Never visited. Never helped. But now he rolled into the shop in a brand new truck, smiled like he never left, and shook Dad's hand like they'd been in touch all along. I watched as Dad lit up. He introduced Daniel to the crew like a VIP guest. A few days later, Daniel was in meetings. Then he was giving orders. Then he was behind my desk. When I asked Dad about it, he brushed me off. He's just here to help, he said. But Daniel wasn't helping. He started making changes without asking. Ordered expensive tools we didn't need. Pitched new services that didn't fit our brand. He even redesigned the shop logo, said the old one looked cheap. But here's the thing: while I was saving the business, I was also doing the paperwork. Dad never handled the digital stuff, so I registered the new LLC under my name. When we restructured, I was the authorized signatory on the lease, the bank loan in my name, every new vendor agreement. Me. Dad was the founder, but on paper I was the owner. I never meant to use that power. I never thought I'd have to. But when they pushed me out of the shop, I rebuilt from ashes. I made a choice. The next morning I arrived early. Before Daniel, before Dad, I printed out every contract, every lease, every legal document. Highlighted my name in yellow. When they came in, I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I simply laid the documents on the front counter and said, "This business exists because of me, and legally, it belongs to me." Daniel went pale. My dad didn't say a word, just stared. I handed them a proposal. Daniel could leave, or we could restructure again with me back in charge and Daniel as a consultant if I. They both walked out that day. I still think about it. The betrayal, the silence, the way my own father looked at me like I was the villain. But I've made peace with it. Sometimes sacrifice doesn't earn love. It doesn't win loyalty. It just empties you for people who never intended to fill you back up. But I learned something stronger than forgiveness: boundaries. And now, this shop, it's mine. Not just on paper, but in truth. Because I didn't just save my father's business. I built my own future.